Yeah, thanks, guys. So I wanted to share a little bit about what the team is working on in terms of the experimental sidebar features that are releasing general availability in January. This is a sneak peek of some of the features and some of the stuff we're still working on. So the first thing you'll notice in the sidebar here is some UI overhaul. What we've done is surface the jump to switch channels right at the top, so it's super easily accessible. You'll also see history arrows here for easy navigation between channels. And then we're introducing a new feature that is unread filtering. So with that view enabled, it's like a focus view where you can see mentions and unread channels sorted by recency in this view, and you can easily toggle it off. What you'll also notice is a plus button up here where users can actually create custom sidebar categories. So if I click that and create a category design, for example, create, you'll see that appears in my sidebar. And we're introducing the feature of drag and drop. So users can actually take channels and move them into categories. You can also move categories around. So if I wanted to move design above favorites, for example, here, and you can move channels between categories and also within categories. So if I wanted to prioritize my favorites any way that I like, I can do that as well. One thing we're also offering is collapsible categories. So what you can do with that is hit the collapse button there, and then it only shows me unread channels within a certain category. So we can really reduce clutter in the sidebar. One other feature I'll highlight here is channel menus. So if you see the ... menu on hover on any channel, you can access some common actions on that channel. So I can favorite or unfavorite mute channels, and I can also use this move to option to move channels between categories. In the future, we're going to be offering multi-select so that users can select chunks of channels or channels between different categories, and right-click or use the move to options to categorize them to just kind of improve that speed. The other thing I wanted to show you was direct message sorting. So you'll notice a sorting option here where you can sort direct messages by recent activity, or if I click that toggle there, I can access alphabetical sorting for my direct messages. In the future, we're going to be offering similar sorting mechanisms for other categories, so you can choose to sort categories themselves manually by recent activity or alphabetically. So just to share on how you activate these features, right now it's an experimental feature. In January, it's going to be releasing its general availability to everyone. For now, it's experimental, meaning system admins actually need to turn it on. So to do that, you'll see that this is the old sidebar. It's not yet enabled. As a system administrator, I can go to the system console. I can go to experimental features. And then under experimental sidebar features, I have the option to enable this default on, meaning that end users will see it by default, but they can go into account settings and disable it for themselves if they prefer the old sidebar. Default off, meaning that it's enabled on my server, but end users actually have to go and turn it on for themselves. It's not going to be something that they have automatically appearing in their sidebar. Or always on is an option where you can choose to just enable it on your server. All users will have it, and users have no option to turn it off. So if I turn this enable default on and save that, and come back to my main chat here, you'll see we have a little notice that introduces the feature. And you'll see the sidebar's updated here. And as a user, I can always go to account settings, sidebar, and enable or disable that experimental feature for myself. So we're looking at general availability for this in January. We're definitely open to feedback while it's in the experimental stage. So I encourage anyone interested in the feature to join the project's channel sidebar organization channel. And yeah, looking forward to releasing this. Thanks, guys.